Matthew 7 verse 7, one of the most favorite passages and yet the easiest. And when passages become too simple sometimes, they become most complex. The Bible says, ask and you shall be given. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the doors shall be opened unto you. For whoever asks receives. Whoever seeks finds. Whoever knocks, the doors are opened. If a child will come to you asking for bread, will you give him a stone? Or he comes to you asking for fish, will you give him a snake? If you earthly parents, please underline that, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more your Father who is in heaven? This is the summary of the law and the prophets, that do unto others as you want others to do unto you. First things first, when you are asking for something, you are seeking for something, or you are knocking for something, there are three levels I want to discuss. Level one is the A level of Christians, those who know how to ask for things. The Bible says when you ask for something, you go about praying about it, you fast about it, you beg and knock on heaven's doors until heaven answers your prayer. This idea of the A-level Christians are those who pray and wait for the rest to faith. But I don't want to challenge you. The Bible does not only say ask, it also says seek and you shall find. It means therefore when you're asking for what you're looking for, you better also be in the business of seeking for what you're asking for. For asking is not sufficient unless it is coupled with seeking. Therefore, when you begin to seek, you begin to look around, you begin to turn around, you begin to walk and get out of your space. It's one thing to ask for a job. It's another thing to start seeking for a job. For asking must be coupled with seeking. Therefore, level A, ask. Level S, start seeking. But you're not yet complete until you go to level 3, which is the K level. K level says begin to knock on doors. That which you're asking for and you're seeking for, begin knocking at the doors for it. Can't you see, since you're an English student, the word ask is made out of 3 words, A-S-K. So while you're asking, be seeking. And while you're seeking, be knocking. Then the Bible makes it beautiful. If your children are asking for bread, you will not give them a stone. If your children are asking for fish, you will not give them a snake. Many of us as Christians who preach this gospel, God either says, wait, you can have, or no. I don't believe so. If children are asking for bread, they must receive bread. If they're asking for fish, they must receive fish. But there's a secret on this passage which I want to share with you. The Bible says, if you, earthly parents, who are wicked in your hearts, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more your Father who is in heaven? Clearly telling us that God can do far much more than earthly parents can do. If a child on earth can ask for bread and parents can give them bread, therefore when earthly children ask for bread from heaven, truly God can do far much more than just bread. He can cause the rain to fall down and cause the fields to harvest and cause the wheat to harvest and cause the bread to be manufactured. Therefore God's solutions are not only for temporal measures of bread, but the entire process of planting, harvesting and reaping and delivering bread. God gives us far much more. The Bible then says this is the total sum of the law and the prophets. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Now hear the preacher. This is where it gets very exciting. For when you ask, you want to be given. When you seek, you want to find. When you knock, you want the doors to be opened unto you. This is how we look at it. We are asking God. We are seeking from God. We are knocking on the heaven's door. But take note, Revelation chapter 3 verse 20 does not give it like that. Twist the table around. That this time around, because the Bible says, this is unto the law and the prophets, that do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Therefore, when you ask and you want to receive, question for you, when God asks, do you also give him? When you seek, you want to find. But when God comes to your life seeking for kindness, gentleness, long-suffering, patience, and faith, does he find it? When you knock, you want God to open up the doors. But Revelation 3:20 says, behold, I stand at your door and knock. If you hear my voice and open, I'll come in and sup with you and you with me. Have you not noticed it? The problem has never been God. The problem is me. The problem is you. For this is the summary of the law and the prophets, that when we go to God and we want to find, when we go to God and we want him to open, when we go to God and we want him to give us, the same thing must happen to us also. When he walks into our lives, he must also find the same things that he is looking for. I can give you from my own dictionary or from what I call my own Pong's theology and say, therefore, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. Translated, do unto God as you want God to do unto you. The business of faith is about relationships. God's door is already open. Shall you also open up your door?